Alright, today we're having a look at Little Big Blue Mountains by Neptune, ICO. Alright, so here we are in Neptune, Little Big Blue, hi, brain meets, start, go, yes, Little Big Blue Mountains by Neptune, ICO, and, okay, so there's some weirdness going on with layers, and I feel like with the jump, like it feels very sluggish, and I'm not sure if this is a gravity issue, or what is going on, but that's okay. Let's move on. I like the look of it. I like that they've turned down the lighting a little bit, which is kind of cool. I am having some issues with the presentation though. I would be lying if I did not say that. Too cold. Okay, so we don't want to go down in there. There's like too many layers for what I feel like is being accomplished or is being shot for, which is not always the worst thing in the world, but it does have things where like you're kind of being dragged places where you're not expecting to be dragged or not sure exactly where you're supposed to be going. That's all right. It is a very oh crumbs, hamster simulator. Okay. Am I simulating a hamster? Should I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing here, so I'm gonna drop out. Run! Go faster. We don't want to get hit by those icy blocks. I'm gonna say that it is, as I was trying to say, kind of a flat-ish level. Oh, I almost ran right off there. Is there some kind of 3D movement going on here? Now I'm wondering. I want to get to a flat layer, a flat plane, so that I can test that out. I feel like there might be a little bit of 3D going on. How do I feel about this? I'm not 100% sure yet. I am enjoying it. I'm not enjoying it. Hello, Cat. Hello, Yeti. Everybody say hi to the Yeti. It's not difficult, so at least there's that. It is very nice and cruisy. I am not sure how I'm feeling about the presentation, though. But let us run on. Now, okay, so we don't want to get hit by... Oh, wait. No. Okay, get up there. We could do this. We could do this. Easy peasy. Perhaps too easy. Also the grappling hook. I wonder, like, are we gonna... I'm not gonna get that. And that's okay. It's okay for me to not get that. I wonder if we're gonna see the hook hat again? And I'm betting that we're probably not. And boost boots. Okay, we got a lot going on here. Maybe... too much. Oh, crumbs! That's 3 minutes, but we're right at the board, so let's just wrap this up. I need a new timer. Yosh! Alright, we're gonna talk about this back at the hub. We'll see you there. See yas! And we're back. And Little Big Blue Mountains by Neptune ICO. It's a yellow square. I'd say it's a bit of a softer yellow square, but not really soft enough to bring it down into an orange triangle, but there are definitely some issues that we are going to talk about. I do want to mention a couple things up front before I forget, like last week. One, I'm using new music in the hub. This particular music comes from the JPNMusicCollabo by In Reality and Yomi Yomi. It's called Look at the Night Sky Remix. I'm trying to get out of getting dinged for copyright strikes, so I'm going to be using community music from now on in the outros, so there's that. A second thing, nothing to do with last week, but the creator's name here, Neptune ICO, that's an underscore between Neptune and IC and a dash before the O. So Neptune underscore IC dash O. Just so that you'll be able to find them when you're searching for the level. Also, very side note, but I'm afraid my voice is a little bit scratchy today. It's a lot. So anyways, I'm healthy, don't worry about that. Anyways, about the level, and I did have a good time with the level. It's one of these, very chill, very relaxing. I think it would make for a nice cool-down level. The aesthetic of it is pretty decent. There's a nice amount of decoration that's going on with the materials, so it's not just straight materials. There is definite movement in the level. you know, you are going from point A to point B, you're not getting stuck in places, no real big issues there. And I think that if you've had a lot of frustrating levels in your play recently, and going to these kinds of levels where it's just very low stakes, it's very chill, you could tell that the creator had a good time making the level, and that there is something to be said for that. And I do want to give it points for that. Also, this is gonna sound like it's backhanded praise, but it's honestly not. It's got nice long score chains, and I like those sometimes. I think it's fun to run and see numbers go up and get a score multiplier, and a lot of levels can be stingy with point bubbles, and it's fun. It's neat to have score chains. So I know how that sounds, but I do actually enjoy that kind of stuff. So all that stuff was cool. I liked the music, I liked the blue tone, I liked that there were changes in the lighting, the global lighting, as well as just like what's presented in the level to give it that kind of cooler shade, that cooler feel. All of those things are really cool, but I did say that it was a softer yellow square, and it is, I think, a soft level. There are issues here that I think could be improved upon to make for a better platforming experience. One thing I noticed was camera. You've got the camera that's really far pulled back throughout the entire level, and it doesn't really do a lot of service to it because it emphasizes how very horizontal the movement is in the level. Yes, there is some verticality. You kind of go up into those, I want to say, almost girder-like sections in the middle of the level, but it's very focused because everything is being shown at once. It feels very much like you're just moving from the left hand of the stage to the right hand of the stage, and there's nothing really beyond that. And I think that pulling that camera in a little bit to give it the at least illusion that you're moving up and down as well as left and right would have been helpful for the level. So definitely camera work there. Presentation and shaping of objects. We noticed that the objects are very, like, they're flush to the ground, and you can see the sharp edges where the actual material's being cut. And it's like it feels like Neptune is going for a semi-naturalized environment, like an actual place, and then we look at the mountains and they're just like plop, they're flat objects on the ground there, and it really takes away from that. Also, because of the way that the camera is pulled out, you can see the front edges of the actual level itself in a very unnatural way. So that is a little bit weird, and I do think it detracts a little bit from the level. Another issue is that there's no real stakes in the level. There are places that you can die. We see those marked off bits where the water is too cold and don't want to jump in there. But like the few places where there might be actual gameplay to get away from a hazard, there's a very, very clear way to completely avoid the hazard. We see it with the boulders that are rolling downhill, and there's a part, like a layer one ahead, where the boulders are, and you would imagine that we would have to jump over those boulders, but you can just go one layer back, run, and completely avoid the entire obstacle. Not even really an obstacle, it just seems like a environmental presentation. So there's no place where you feel challenged as a player in the level, and even with these kind of like chill cooldown levels, I think a little bit of challenge for the player, a little bit of you could actually die in this section. It can help to make the level feel a little bit more memorable. The last thing I want to mention, and I feel like this comes up fairly often, is the number of power-ups in the level. We've got 3 here, 4 if you count the bendy rail that's not actually a hook hat, but you've got a hook hack section, you've got the bendy rail section that you ride on, you've got a grappling hook section, and then you've got the boost boots at the end. And none of those power-ups are really given a chance to breathe. You're not really doing too much with the power-up except for just getting past this one place where the power-up is necessary, and then you don't really see it again. And I do think that limiting the number of power-ups in the level to just 1 or 2 and having like 2 or 3 obstacles spread throughout the level that would focus on those power-ups and give those power-ups a little bit of a feeling of purpose and why are they here in the level, but it does definitely help out a lot. One thing I want to mention before I forget, because I did actually like it. I mentioned in the video, like, why is this hamster wheel here? We had the hamster simulator, advanced hamster simulator. Like, why do we have this? Why is it here? And it's actually, it's to eat up time in case you've missed the bendy rail section, you missed grabbing onto that bendy rail bit that would take you up the mountain. And I actually kind of appreciated that. Instead of just having the player sit there and do nothing, here's a little thing that the player could do. I would have liked if it had been connected to something else, maybe making some lights flash or getting some points so that there's a purpose to it, but it was there, and it does kind of eat that time that would have been spent waiting anyways if your timing was a little bit off. So I did have a lot of things kind of critique about the level, and I don't want that to leave a bad impression with players. I thought it was fun. I had a good time with it, and it's something that, it's a type of level that I do like running into every now and then, and it's a good level I think that you can, as a creator, build on and see, like, where does the level need improvement and kind of brush up in those areas and make something better yourself. But I do think that pretty much does it for us here this go about. We're well over 10 minutes at this point. So from me, Risco, here in Tokyo, to all of you out there, wherever you may happen to be, thank you, arigato, sayonara, see you, and ciao.